Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. So students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the second week of the April month. The session will be quite interesting and important, students, and do watch the daily current affairs videos, students, that we upload at 5 a.m. in the morning on regular basis. These videos are very beneficial for competitive exams. Let's start. First question is, mark the correct statement regarding the report, that is Women and Men in India 2024 Selected Indicators and Data, that was published by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation in April 2025. If we look at the options, we have to find the correct statement. So among the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the company in India that secured 62,500 crore rupees deal from the Cabinet Committee on Security in April to supply 156 light combat aircraft helicopter, that is Prachand, to the Indian Army and Indian Air Force. So which is that company? The name of that company is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, that is HAL. Next is, in April, Ministry of Defence, they signed a contract worth 2,385 crore rupees with BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, for supplying and installing electronic warfare suits and aircraft modification kits for Dash helicopters in the Indian Air Force. These are for Mi-17 V5 helicopters, right? And this helicopter, it is a Russian manufactured multi-role helicopter. Next, GI registry under DPIIT. They have recently granted the GI tag to a horticulture fruit known as Amalsad Chiku. This Amalsad Chiku, question asked, is from which state? So Amalsad Chiku got the GI tag and this is a fruit from Gujarat. Can you tell me how many products are there from Gujarat that got the GI tag? This is your homework, students. Next, India was elected as a member of the United Nations International Intergovernmental Working Group of Experts and International Standards of Accounting and Reporting, that is IASR. And India has been elected here for what term? India has been elected here for 2025 to 2027, that is for 3 years. And India, in its capacity as an ISCR member, is positioned to significantly influence the development of the financial reporting structures. Next, who has become the first Indian to be awarded with the Fred Darrington Sandmasters Award for his excellence in art and culture by Mayor of Weymouth, Clerk Junior Oral, right? So this is for sand art, and he became the first Indian to be awarded with this Fred Darrington Sandmasters Award. Question can be asked that this Fred Darrington Sandmasters Award is in which field? It is for sand, and here Sudarshan Patnaik was honored with this award. This is for his excellence in art and culture. Next, what was the total investment amount received by OPL, that is Online PSB Loans Limited, from NABARD and Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation HSBC in April in exchange for a 10% combined equity share? It is for 80 crore rupees, right? This was the total investment amount here received by OPL. Next, in April, which state in India celebrated the 9th edition of the Rongali Good Vibes Festival, themed Vocal for Local, showcasing their rich culture, agri-horticulture products, crafts and local innovations, right? It is which state? It is Assam state. Take a note of this. The theme for this edition was Vocal for Local. This question can be asked, that which edition of this Rongali Good Vibes Festival celebrated? It was the 9th edition. What was the theme here? The theme for this event was Vocal for Local. That means we should promote our local products. Next, name the generator launched by Kirloskar Oil Engines Limited in April, which is claimed to be the world's smallest in the 1000 kilowatt category, right? So which is that one? Kirloskar, name that generator that was launched by them. Correct? It is OptiPrime dual core inverter. This is claimed to be the world's smallest generator in their category, that is 1000 kilowatt ampere generated category, and it comes under the Make in India initiative. Next, President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am gave her assent to Waqaf Amendment Act 25, whose objective is to amend the Waqaf Act of 1995. Waqaf is basically a land that is owned by Allah, and once you give the land to Allah, you cannot claim it back. So it has been amended now, and the government has also taken a large portion of this Waqaf land, and it has been registered under Government of India now. Means that land now belongs to Government of India. Next, identify the correct statement regarding one state, one regional rural bank. That means now what is done is that each state will be having a single regional rural bank, and the multiple regional rural banks in that particular area will be amalgamated into one. So find the correct statement regarding this. Option B and C are right, A is wrong. A is saying that the Department of Economic Affairs under the Ministry of Finance, they have announced one state, one regional rural bank through official notification effective from 1st of May 2025. Is it correct? So yes, it will be coming into effect from 1st of May 2025, but it is not the Department of Economic Affairs, but the Department of Financial Services under the Ministry of Finance that has notified this. Important date is also there, that is from 1st of May 2025 it will be coming into effect. Next, which payments infrastructure company became India's first unicorn of 2025 after raising $60 million in Series D funding round in April 2025? So which is that payment infrastructure company recently? It is JustPay, right? They became the India's first unicorn. What is a unicorn? Unicorn is a company when the market cap of that company touches $1 billion, and JustPay's market cap recently touched $1 billion. Next, in April, Global Finance magazine recognized which among the following as the most innovative financial institutions globally in its 2025 innovators list. Among the following, all three of them were recognized as the most innovative financial institutions globally. So option A, B, C, all three of them are right. Next is mention the Russian aircraft which carried NASA's astronaut Jonathan Young, John Kim, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Sergey Viktorovich and Alexei Zubitsky, right? So three astronauts were carried to the International Space Station. Question asked is mention that Russian aircraft that carried these three astronauts into International Space Station. It is Soyuz MS-27. Take a note of this. This is the aircraft that took them into International Space Station. Next, mention the public sector bank that awarded a multi-year strategic contract to Network People Service Technologies Limited in April to implement the QNX platform that is aimed at enhancing the offline payment acceptance across India. So which is that public sector bank that was awarded here by National Network People Service Technologies Limited, right? It is your Central Bank of India. Next is identify the correct statement based on the proposals approved by Union Minister chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi related to irrigation infrastructure and railways. If we look at the options here, option A and option C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that the cabinet approved the construction of a 19.2 kilometer 4-lane Zirakpur bypass connecting NH7 and NH5 across Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. Is it correct? So everything is right here, but just remember this cabinet, they have approved this 19.2 kilometer long highway, and is it correct? This 4-lane Zirakpur bypass connecting it, correct? Is it correct? So this is a 6-lane highway, right? And it will be connecting the states of Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. No, Punjab and Haryana. Now option B is also right. Next, the Ministry of Panchayati Raj released the first Panchayat Advancement Index baseline report for FY23 to localize the sustainable development goals. Question asked here is identify the state not among the top 5 performers in this report. So among them it is Tamil Nadu that is not among the top 5 performers. Gujarat secured the first position, Telangana second, Tripura third, Maharashtra fourth, Uttar Pradesh 5th position. This is your Panchayat Advancement Index, that is basically that are the panchayats, right? They are focusing on the sustainable development goals, and based on their achievements, based on their progress, based on the framework they are adopting, this report was released, and it is Gujarat that secured the first position in this. Next, the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, the Boost to boost this IEPFA to boost the Niveshak Didi financial literacy drive. They have signed a memorandum of agreement in April. This memorandum of agreement was signed by whom? It was signed by IPPB, that is Indian Post Payments Bank. Next, to tackle skilling challenges, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship co-hosted a high-level roundtable in April with which international organization to launch the India Skills Accelerative initiative. It was with World Economic Forum, right? So this initiative, it will bridge the skilling gap and across various sectors by collaboration. Correct? Take a note of this. And they have launched this India Skill Accelerator that will be focusing on providing what? Skills. Next, in April, Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu inaugurated a state-of-the-art lab at Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau that is focused on analyzing the crucial aviation tools. These tools, they include your digital flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder. So these two things are important, right? This lab, correct? This digital flight data recorder, correct? This is also basically a lab, that is your black box lab, that will be recording all the technicalities, all the status of the aircraft. Correct. So coming back, Ram Mohan Naidu ji inaugurated this state of the art lab, that is a black box lab, that is at the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, that is focused on the aviation tools such as your digital flight data recorder. That means the data of the flight will be recorded here. Also the cockpit voice recorder, that what the pilots are talking there, right, that will be recorded, because the pilots should be very mature, right? They should have the skills to do maneuvers whenever needed. Next, the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways launched a dedicated digital portal in April to facilitate ease of doing business and promote private sector participation. What is the name of that organization that developed this portal? This portal has been developed by whom? Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. So what is the portal? It is Inland Waterways Authority of India, right? So this is the organization, they have developed this portal. What this will do is, this will promote ease of doing business, all the certification, all the permissions that are required in order to make trade through the port will be granted on this particular portal. Next, where was the India's first Himalayan high altitude atmospheric and climate research center inaugurated by Ministry of Science and Technology in April? So where was it? It was in Jammu and Kashmir. Correct. Take a note of this. This center will focus on climate forecasting, aerosol studies and cloud microphysics. Also, it will be focusing on the weather patterns. And this center is located at a 2250 meters height. Next, who received the final authorization to operate as an online payment aggregator from RBI in April 2025? It is Bharat Pay Resilient Payment System. They received the authorization from RBI to act as a payment aggregator, and they will be operating as a payment aggregator platform under the name Bharat Pay X. Next, in April, Idukki district earned the green tag after successful waste management efforts under the Malinya Muktam Navakram campaign. I repeat, Malinya Muktam Navakaralam campaign, right? Question asked here is that this Idukki district belongs to which state? So Idukki, as we all know, it belongs to Kerala, and they have earned the green tag after successful management of this waste management efforts. Right? This achievement was made possible through the joint efforts of the local bodies, businesses, schools, colleges and other offices where they collaborated and made this possible. Next, identify the state in India whose indigenous textile, rendia, silk and Khasi handloom products were granted the GI tag recently. So these two products, they belong from Meghalaya, that got the GI tag recently. This rendia, right? It is the Khasi name for Eri silk. Next is mention the organization that collaborated with the Cotton Association of India in April to boost bilateral cotton trade and enhance the cooperation in cotton production, trade trends, pricing and market insights. So which is that organization? It is Australian Cotton Shippers Association, right? So remember, Mumbai, Maharashtra based Cotton Association of India and Australian based Australian Cotton Shippers Association, they signed an MOU where they will be working on enhancing the bilateral trade in cotton between these two countries. Cotton is grown on the black soil, that is also known as the Ragur soil. Next, which of the following airport is not in the list of the top 5 airports announced at the Skytrax World Airport Awards 2025 held in Mumbai, in Madrid, Spain? So which of the following airport is not among the top 5? It is Hong Kong International Airport is not among the top 5. Singapore's Changi Airport secured the first position in this index. Take a note of this. Next, Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Shivraj Singh Chauhan headed India's delegation to the 2025 Agriculture Ministers Meet of Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, that is BIMSTEC. This meeting was held where? It was held in Nepal. Right? Take a note of this. Moving on, next, which country became the first African nation and the fourth country globally to sign a country partnership framework with International Solar Alliance in Nepal? And this is the fourth country. Before this, which are those? It is your Bangladesh, Bhutan and Cuba, and now it is Mauritius that became the fourth country and the first African nation to sign the country partnership framework with International Solar Alliance. Next, in April, which country signed the Artemis Accord, that is a set of the non-binding agreements established by NASA to cooperate, or basically to cooperative civil exploration of the outer space. What is this Artemis Accord? Artemis Accord states that space should be explored peacefully by all the nations, right? So this is for peaceful exploration of space. So which country recently signed the Artemis Accord? It was signed by Bangladesh. Next, who is the chairperson of a 6-member high-level committee constituted by SEBI in April to review the provisions for officials to disclose any conflicts of interest? So, who is the chairperson here? Pratyush Sinha. He is the chairperson of the 6-member high-level committee, right? And it was instituted, or it was established by SEBI, correct? And it is for officials so that they disclose any conflicts of interest. They will be submitting their report within the 3 months of the constitution of this committee. Next, General Khamti Sifadon, the president of Daesh, passed away at the age of 102. So he was the president of Lao People's Democratic Republic who recently passed away. Next, which state or union territory inaugurated the Apricot Blossom Festival on 10th of April with the aim of promoting tourism and cultural heritage? So, which is that state? Which is the state or union territory that recently inaugurated this Apricot Blossom Festival? It is Ladakh. Take a note of this. Next is the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting partnered with Maharashtra Film Stage and Cultural Development Corporation Limited to establish India's first institute that is dedicated to animation, visual effects, gaming, comics and extended reality. So this name that institute that is said to be established at the Dadasaheb Phalke Film City in Goregaon, Mumbai. So what is the name of that institute? It is Indian Institute of Creative Technologies. Take a note of this, students. With the coming of AI, these creative things have become more advanced. Now a person can use these technologies and enhance their working on these technologies or on these creative side, right? Because making content has now become very easy, and if you know the right tools, you can scale it to very large portion. Next, the Ministry of Education announced a dash hike in the material cost under the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman scheme, that is your Poshan scheme, that is also known as the midday meal scheme. So how much % hike has been seen in the procurement of the materials such as your pulses, rice, lentils and so on? It is 9.5% hike has been seen here. Next, which country co-hosted the inaugural edition of IKEMIS exercise with India in April 2025? So which country is it? It is Tanzania, and India co-hosted this IKEMI exercise. Next, one more thing remember here, from Indian side it is INS Chennai and INS Kesari that took part in this exercise. This was a 6-day long exercise. Next, name the long range glide bomb successfully tested by DRDO using the Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter aircraft in April 2025. So name of this long range glide bomb is Gaurav. Next, Padma awardee Kumudini Lakhia, who passed away in April, was a renowned she was a renowned Kathak dancer who recently passed away. She was honored with Padma Vibhushan in January 2025. Next is, when is the United Nations International Day of Human Space Flight observed annually to celebrate the beginning of space era for mankind and highlight the role of space science and technology in promoting the sustainable development goals. So UN International Day of Human Spaceflight is observed on 12th of April, right? And since 2011 we are observing this. So first edition was observed in 2011. Next is which company achieved a significant milestone by constructing the world's first 3D printed train station, assembling the entire station in under 6 hours, replacing a wooden facility dating back to 1948. So which company achieved this significant milestone by constructing the world's first 3D printed train station? It is West Japan Railway Company. Take a note of this, important. And it was Japan only, if you remember, they developed the world's first wooden satellite also. Can you name that satellite? It is a few months back question, but do name it, right? This is your homework. Moving on. Next, to which country hosted the 8th meeting of the Joint Committee on Asia-India Trade in Goods Agreement that concluded on 14th of April. So it is our country India that hosted the 8th meeting of the Joint Committee on Asian-India Trade in Goods Agreement. Next is during the official 2-day visit of Italian Deputy Prime Minister Antonio Tajani to India from 11 to 12th of April, India and Italy, they signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the cooperation in which field? This was to strengthen the cooperation in the field of science and technology. Next, under the umbrella of the new scheme of petrochemicals, the scheme for setting up plastic parks is being implemented by Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers of Government of India. Question asked is this: how many such plastic parks have been approved across different states in India that will be established here, that will promote research and development? So a total of 10 such plastic parks has been approved here. Next, identify the organization that introduced a new category called Blue Category for industries based on essential environment services in April with the aim of managing pollution caused by anthropogenic activities. So, which is that organization that introduced this new category? It is Central Pollution Control Board, and this blue category will be provided to, or this certification will be provided to a industry for 2 years, and they will be monitoring that whether the pollution level is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, their certification will be revoked, and if they are not polluting and they are on a right track, then they will be continuing with this certification. With this certification, many investors, right, if the company is having the right certification here, this blue certification, this will enhance their funding also, right? That means more and more investors and VCs will be investing there based on this. Next, in April, Daniel Roy Gilchrist Nouba Azin was re-elected as the president of which country for a period of 4 years? So, elected by of Ecuador. Next, who has been elected as the new president of Gabon in April? Brice Clotaire Oligui Nguema was elected as the new president of Gabon. Next is mention the state where DRDO successfully conducted the field trial of the land version of vehicle mounted Mark 2A laser directed energy weapon. It is Andhra Pradesh, right? This is the state where DRDO, they successfully conducted the field trial of this land version of vehicle mounted Mark II laser directed energy weapon. Next, pop star Katy Perry, right? She was one of the 5 and one of the 6 women, total 6 women went into space recently, right? They used the New Shepard rocket. Name that company that took them into space. It is Blue Origin, right? And this New Shepard mission is also of Blue Origin only. Next, the Peruvian Nobel Prize winner Mario Vargas Llosa passed away at the age of 89 in Peru. He was awarded with the Nobel Prize in 2020. So he was honored with Nobel Prize in the field of literature in 2010, not 2020, in 2010, who recently passed away. Next, on the occasion of the World Quantum Day, observed on 14th of April, QNU Labs, a quantum cybersecurity startup that incubated at the IIT Madras, launched Dash, the world's first unique platform for seamless cryptography management across cloud, on-premise and hybrid environments. So it is to provide cybersecurity from attacks, because as the rise of AI happens, the cyber attacks will also be increasing, right? So question asked is that name that world's first unique platform that was launched. It was Q-Shield, right? This was launched. This is launched by QNU Labs, and this will help them basically help various other organization from cyber security attacks. Correct? So this will provide cyber security. Cryptography is a base of technique where you make sure that your data is safe, right? It is encrypted. Next, on 8th of April, which state was honored with two top awards from the Unique Identification Authority of India for its outstanding Aadhaar implementation efforts? Which is it? It is Meghalaya state that was honored with the two top awards for their from the UIDI for their Aadhaar implementation effort. That is the best performing state first, right? And second is the excellence in the verification of adult Aadhaar enrollment. So with two of these awards they were awarded. Meghalaya state was awarded. Next, who has been named as the international event ambassador for the 17th edition of the TCS World 10K Bengaluru, scheduled on 27th of April in Bengaluru, Karnataka. So Dalaiya Mohammed, right, has been named as the international event ambassador for the 17th edition of the TCS World 10K Bengaluru, scheduled to be held in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Right, this Dalaiya Mohammed, she also set a world record of 52.2 seconds at the 2019 USA Outdoor Track and Field Championship, right? And she is famous for her achievement in 400-meter hurdle. So she's a sprinter. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning.
नेक्स्ट पे आ जाते हैं, उस ऑपरेशन का नाम बताओ जो कि इंडिया के द्वारा लॉन्च किया गया था ताकि म्यांमार में जो अर्थक्वेक आया था, राइट, उसके टाइम पे लोगों की वहाँ पे हेल्प की जा सके, गवर्नमेंट तक सप्लाईज पहुँचाया जा सके ताकि सिटीजन तक जो बेसिक सर्विसेज हैं उनका वो लाभ ले सके. तो ऑपरेशन का नाम क्या था यहाँ पे? तो ये है ऑपरेशन ब्रह्मा. ऑपरेशन ब्रह्मा. नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, एज पर द इंटरनेशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट पोजीशन डाटा रिलीज्ड बाय आरबीआई इन मार्च, व्हाट वाज द नेट क्लेम्स ऑफ नॉन रेजिडेंट इन इंडिया ड्यूरिंग द थर्ड क्वार्टर ऑफ FY25? तो वो है $364.5 बिलियन. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, इन मार्च हु वाज अवॉर्डेड द 2025 एबेल प्राइज बाय द नॉर्वेनियन अकेडमी ऑफ साइंस, राइट, किस लिए? फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द थ्योरी ऑफ डी मॉड्यूल्स एंड द डिस्कवरी ऑफ क्रिस्टल बेसिस. ये एबेल प्राइज को हम बोलते हैं नोबेल प्राइज इन मैथमेटिक्स, क्योंकि मैथमेटिक्स में नोबेल प्राइज नहीं दिया जाता तो एबेल प्राइज दिया जाता है, जिसको रिगार्ड दिया जाता है एज द नोबेल प्राइज ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स. तो किनको सम्मानित किया गया है एबेल प्राइज से? वो है मसाकी काशिवारा. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, नेम द इंडियन बिजनेसमैन who was appointed to the IMF Advisory Council on Entrepreneurship and Growth in March 2025. तो वो है नटराजन चंद्रशेखरन, राइट, टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, इन मार्च आरबीआई ने अप्रूव किया फेडरल बैंक को टू एक्वायर 4% स्टेक ऑफ एगास फेडरल लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी लिमिटेड टू इंक्रीज द टोटल स्टेक टू व्हाट? तो अब उनका टोटल स्टेक बढ़ के कितना हो गया? 30%. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, एक्सरसाइज टाइगर ट्राइम, जो कि 4th एडिशन है ऑफ द बायलेटरल ट्राई सर्विस ह्यूमैनिटेरियन असिस्टेंस एंड डिजास्टर रिलीफ एक्सरसाइज. ये इंडिया और यूएसए के बीच में हुई थी. टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. एंड इंडिया से यहाँ पे किस आईएनएस ने पार्टिसिपेट किया? आईएनएस जलश्वा का यहाँ पे हमें पार्टिसिपेशन देखने को मिला था. इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा, टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, इन मार्च मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट, इन्होंने इशू किया एक नोटिफिकेशन रिगार्डिंग द रिवाइज्ड वेजेस अंडर द महात्मा गांधी नेशनल रूरल एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्ट, जो कि है मनरेगा एक्ट. तो ये जो मनरेगा के अंडर जो वेजेस थी ना वो बढ़ गई हैं. पहले कितनी हुआ करती थी? वो थी एवरेज 349 रुपीज़, जो बढ़ के 370 रुपीज़ पर पर्सन पर डे हो गई. अब ऑप्शन 3 सही रहेगा. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द स्टेट वेयर द क्लीन एनर्जी प्लेयर वारी एनर्जीज लिमिटेड, इन्होंने लॉन्च किया इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट सोलर सेल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी विद 5.4 गीगावाट कैपेसिटी इन मार्च. तो कहाँ पे लॉन्च किया गया है? ये गुजरात में लॉन्च किया गया. टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. नेक्स्ट, आइडेंटिफाई द फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड प्लांट इन इंडिया, जिसको इनॉग्रेट किया गया गुजरात के चीफ मिनिस्टर भूपेंद्र पटेल जी के द्वारा इन मार्च इन गुजरात, राइट, ऑन द फाउंडेशन डे ऑफ गुजरात एल्कलीज एंड केमिकल्स लिमिटेड. तो वो रहेगा क्लोरोट्यूलिन प्लांट. टेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस. ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है स्टूडेंट्स. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, व्हाट इज द थीम फॉर द 2025 इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा टू बी ऑब्जर्व्ड ऑन 21 जून अनाउंस बाय प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी. तो जो भी 2025 में योगा डे होगा 21 जून को, ये 2015 से हम ये डे ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं. पूछा जा रहा है जो 2025 में योगा डे होगा उसकी थीम क्या रहेगी? योगा फॉर वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, हु बिकेम द 7th सेक्रेटरी जनरल ऑफ द कॉमनवेल्थ ऑफ नेशंस ऑन 1st of April एंड ऑल्सो द फर्स्ट अफ्रीकन वीमेन एंड सेकेंड वीमेन इन ओवरऑल टू होल्ड द पोजिशन रिप्लेसिंग पैट्रिशिया जेनेट ऑफ स्कॉटलैंड. तो कौन बनी है 7th सेक्रेटरी जनरल? वो हैं शर्ली बॉचवी. नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द टेलीकॉम कंपनी इन विच गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने अप्रूव किया प्रपोजल इन मार्च टू रेज देयर स्टेक्स टू 48.99%। कैसे? इनकी 36,950 करोड़ रुपीस का लोन था, उस डेट को अब इक्विटी में कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया सरकार के द्वारा, राइट। तो यह है वोडाफोन इंडिया। Next, name the mission launched by SpaceX on 1st of April, marking the first human spaceflight over the Earth's polar region using Falcon 9 rocket and Crew Dragon capsule Resilience। तो क्या नाम रहेगा उस मिशन का? फ्रेम 2 मिशन नाम रहेगा। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक इन इंडिया जिन्होंने MOU साइन किया PSB अलायंस प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के साथ फॉर डिजिटल सप्लाई चेन फाइनेंस। तो क्या नाम रहेगा उस पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक का? वो है सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म जो कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर के द्वारा लॉन्च किया गया टू मॉनिटर द रियल टाइम अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ एंटी रेबीज वैक्सीन एंड एंटी स्नेक वेनम अक्रॉस इंडिया। तो क्या नाम रहेगा उसका? वो है जूविन, ताकि अगर मान लो एक सेंटर पे कोई वैक्सीन अवेलेबल नहीं है एंड अर्जेंट डिमांड है तो एक प्रॉपर डाटाबेस रह सके कि कहाँ पर वैक्सीन मिल सकती है, किस सेंटर पे मिल सकती है, एंड वहाँ पे फिर उससे कॉन्टैक्ट किया जा सके। Next, what was the denomination of the special postage stamp unveiled by the President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am on 1st of April to commemorate the 90th anniversary of RBI at the National Center for Performing Arts in Mumbai। तो 0.5 रुपीज़ का ये डिनोमिनेशन का ये कॉइन लॉन्च किया गया था। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, मेंशन द कंपनी दैट पार्टनर विद फेडरल बैंक लिमिटेड एंड NPCI टू लॉन्च फेड स्टार बेस्ड क्रेडिट कार्ड फॉर बिजनेस कस्टमर्स ऑन 1st of April। तो वीज़ा ने यहाँ पे पार्टनर किया फेडरल बैंक के साथ एंड NPCI के साथ ताकि ये फेड स्टार बेस्ड क्रेडिट कार्ड को लॉन्च किया जा सके। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, हु वॉज अपॉइंटेड एज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ FIEO फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन एक्सपोर्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑन 1st of April सक्सीडिंग अश्विनी कुमार। तो किन्होंने यहाँ पे सक्सीड किया, किनको अपॉइंट किया गया प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ FIEO? वो है सुभाष चंद्र रहलान जी। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, मेंशन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्होंने अपॉइंट किया शिवा सुब्रमण्यम रमन को एज देयर चेयरमैन सक्सीडिंग दीपक मोहाटी। तो वो है वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कौन सी है? वो है PFRDA। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, इन अप्रैल ACC इन्होंने अपॉइंट किया पूनम गुप्ता को एज द डेप्यूटी गवर्नर ऑफ RBI फॉर द टेन्योर 3 ईयर्स के लिए, 3 साल के लिए इनको यहाँ पे अपॉइंट किया गया है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, सरहुल फेस्टिवल इन्होंने सेलिब्रेट किया गया ऑन ट्यूसडे टू वेलकम द स्प्रिंग एंड मार्क द न्यू ईयर फॉर आदिवासी कम्युनिटीज़। ये कहाँ पे ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है? एज वेल एज ये एक पब्लिक हॉलीडे मानी जाती है, तो ये झारखंड में ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है सरहुल फेस्टिवल। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ न्यू एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी इन्होंने अनाउंस किया रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकिंग एडिशन ऑफ कितनी अमाउंट ऑफ गीगावाट ऑफ रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी कैपेसिटी एडिशन इन FY25। तो 25 गीगावाट का यहाँ पे एडिशन यहाँ पे रिकॉर्ड किया गया। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, इन अप्रैल सेबी इन्होंने एक्सटेंड कर दी द डेडलाइन फॉर इंप्लीमेंटिंग देयर रिटेल एल्गोरिदमिक ट्रेडिंग रेगुलेशंस फ्रॉम 1st of April टू विच डे। तो किस डेट तक? वो है आपकी एक्सटेंड कर दी गई 1 अप्रैल से 1 अगस्त तक, राइट। ये रिटेलर्स के लिए एल्गो ट्रेडिंग अप्रूव की गई है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, ऑन अप्रैल SBI एंड सिटी बैंक इन्होंने अनाउंस किया $295 मिलियन का सोशल लोन फैसिलिटी टू प्रोवाइड फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट टू डैश इन इंडिया। फार्मर्स को फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड कराने के लिए फैसिलिटी यहाँ पे लॉन्च की गई।
Which country recorded the highest passenger load factor of 86.4 in 2024 as per the report released by IATA in January, that is International Air Transport Association. So which country recorded the highest passenger load factor? It is our India that recorded it. Second was China, second was USA, and third was China. Next, in January, RBI released the Payment Systems Report December 24 analyzing the payment transactions trends over the past 5 years up to 2024. Find out the incorrect statement. If we look at the options, only option B is wrong, A is right, C is right. B is saying that UPI contribution to the digital payment volume increased to 90% in calendar year 2024. So did it increase to 90%? Right? No, it increased by 83% in the calendar year 24. Now all the options are right. Next is, according to United States Green Building Council recently released report, pick out the incorrect statement. If we look at the options, option C is wrong, A and B are right. C is saying Canada has topped the list with 1,860 LEED certified projects covering more than 25 million gross square meter. Is it correct? So it is China that has topped the this list, that is Chinese mainland, right, that has topped the list here with 1860 LEED certified projects. Next is, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the 6th bi-monthly monetary policy for FY25. If we look at the options here, pick out the incorrect statement, right? So A is no, here among the following, it is A is wrong and C is wrong, right? So we have to find the incorrect one. Now B is right. A is saying that the policy repo rate under the liquid adjustment facility has been increased by 25 basis point to 6.75%. No, it has decreased by 25 basis point to 6.25%. That was earlier 6.5%. Now option A is right. C is saying that RBI has postponed the implementation of the proposed liquidity coverage ratio norms and project financing guidelines till March 2028. Is it correct? No, it is till 31st of March 2026. Now everything is right. Moving on, name the country that topped the 2024 Corruption Perception Index released by Transparency International, measuring public sector corruption in 180 countries. So name that country that topped the 2024 Corruption Perception Index. It was topped by Denmark, right? And our country was on the 96th spot. Next, according to Bloomberg Limited Partnership, Asia's richest families 2025 index, which family topped with a net worth of $90.5 billion? It is Ambani family that has topped the list in the Asia's richest families index 2025. Next, what could be India total natural gas consumption by 2030 with targeted strategies and policy interventions according to International Energy Agency report, India's gas market report outlook for 2030. So what could be India's total natural gas project consumption by 2030? It will be around 120 billion cubic meters. Next, which of the following state is not in the top 5 regarding the devolution index report, which stated about the status of devolution to panchayats in states and indicative evidence based ranking of 2024 released in Feb 2025 in Delhi? So it is Andhra Pradesh. Next, as per Morgan Stanley Capital International Incorporation's MSCI Equity Index of Feb 25 Index Review, Dash was added to the MSCI Emerging Market Index and MSCI India Domestic Index. So which company was added? It is Hyundai Motor India Limited. It was added to the MSCI Emerging Markets Index and MSCI India Domestic Index. Next, according to the Future Brand Index 24 released in Feb, which of the following is not among the top 5 spots? It is Disney Jet is not among the top 5 spots, rest all are there. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the India's import and export data released by Ministry of Commerce and Industry in Feb 25. If we look at the options here, all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, what is India urban employment rate in current weekly status aged among persons above aged 15 years and above according to the 25th quarterly bulletin of the periodic labor force survey for October to December 2024 and 5, right? It is 6.4%. This is the Indian urban unemployment rate in the current weekly status for the persons aged 15 years and above. Next, what is the GDP growth rate of India projected by ICRA Limited for October to December quarter, that is the third quarter of FY25? It is projected to be around 6.4%. Next, as per the 4th edition of the Burgundy Private Huron India 500 list released by Axis Banks Limited, Burgundy's Private and Huron India in Feb 25, which of the following companies are not in the top 5? Which among the following are not in top 5? Infosys and HDFC, they are not among the top 5. Rest all are in the top 5. Reliance Industries Limited, then TCS, HDFC Bank, Bharti Airtel, ICICI Bank, these are the top 5. Next, pick out the incorrect statement according to the Times Higher Education latest World Reputation Ranking report released in Feb 2025. If we look at the options, option C is the incorrect one, right? This is our answer. Both A and B are right. C is saying that IIT Bombay secured a position in the 151 to 175 ranking range. Is it correct? So yes, it is IIT Bombay, right, which was featured. This time IIT has not been featured here, right? So no ranking of IIT. This ranking was of last year. Next, which of the following organization recently published the report titled Asia and the Pacific Sustainable Development Goal Progress Report, engaging communities to close the evidence gap of 25, focusing on tracking the progress of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals? It is United Nations Economic and Social Commission for the Asia Pacific region, and 169 targets will be targeted. Next, what is India's projected GDP growth rate for FY25 according to Moody's report titled Asia Pacific Outlook, Chaos Ahead released in Feb 2025. So it is projected to be around 6.4%. Next, name the company that topped the ratings by Power Finance Corporation Limited for the third consecutive year in February 2025 for operational excellence during the regional meeting of power sector in India. It is Adani Electricity Mobility Limited. Take a note of this. Next, Bain and Company and National Association of Software and Service Companies, that is NASSCOM. So Bain and Company and NASSCOM, they jointly released the report Transforming India into a Tech-Driven Economy in Feb 2025. As per the report, by which year India is projected to become the high income nation with a GDP between 23 to 25 trillion dollar. It is by 2047. Next, mention the Indian airport that ranked 8th among the top 10 busiest airports globally as per the official airline guide report. That's the world's busiest airport in 25 released in Feb 2025. It is your Indira Gandhi International Airport of Delhi. Next, RBI recently introduced the new provision that enables dash payments from to EYC, full KYC prepaid payment instruments through third-party applications. So RBI, they recently introduced a new provision that enables the UPI, Unified Payment Interface, payments from two full KYC PPIs. Next, which of the following accounts are listed in RBI's new guidelines effective from 1st of January 2025 for mandatory closure? So it is which of the following accounts are listed here? Take a note of this, students. It is your dormant account, zero balance account and inactive account. So these three accounts are listed in the RBI's new guidelines starting from 1st of January 2025. Right? What is a zero balance account? That accounts that can maintain a zero balance for an extended period. Dormant accounts that have not been used continuous for 2 years or more, and inactive accounts are those accounts that have remained inactive for more than 12 months. Next, NPCI, they have announced an extension of the deadline of implementing 30% market share cap for UPI providers till which date? Till 31st of December 2026, right? And according to them, they have stated that any company cannot have more than 30% of the market share. But as of now, if we see PhonePe, they have the largest market share of almost 47.8% stake. Next, name the banking platform that was launched by Federal Bank recently. It is Fed1. Next, which bank and Union Bank of India signed a memorandum of understanding with Assam government to offer insurance benefit to the state government employees? It is State Bank of India. So SBI and Union Bank, they have recently partnered to sign an MOU where they have partnered with, or they have signed this MOU with Assam, where they will be offering insurance benefits to the state government employees. Next, which bank has recently launched a TAB based digital process for non-resident Indians to open NRE and NRO accounts? So which bank has recently launched this TAB? This is launched by State Bank of India, SBI. Right? Take a note of this. This initiative will streamline the account opening process through real-time digital verification and paperless system. Right? Next, in December, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, they have invested how much amount in long-term bonds issued by NDR InvIT? So 745 crore rupees has been invested by NABF ID here. Right? InvITs, these are your infrastructure investment trust. Next, in January, Cosmia Financial Holding Private Limited, they have received the approval from SEBI to sponsor what? This is to sponsor their mutual fund. Next, in January, RBI has announced the interest rate for the RBI floating rate saving bonds that will be taxable for the period of 1st January to 30th of June 2025, and it will be remaining at how much percent? It will be 8.05%, right? And there will be a 7-year of lock-in period here. The bond requires a minimum investment of 1000 rupees. Next, under which section of the Credit Information Companies Regulation Act of 2005, RBI has issued Master Directions, RBI Credit Information Reporting Directions 2025 in January 25. So under which section it was? It was under the section 11 here, right? The purpose of issuing the MD here, that is your master direction, is to establish a standardized framework for the reporting the and dimensionation of credit information, ensuring confidentiality and security of the sensitive credit data. Next, in January, SEBI has eased settlement norms for brokerage accounts that remain inactive for how many calendar days? For 30 calendar days. Previously, brokers were obligated to identify inactive clients and return their funds within the 3 working days. Next, when is the implementation of the new rule limiting the number of microfinance lenders to 3 per borrower set to come into effect after its postponement? So it will be coming into effect from 1st of April 2025, right? And it was earlier 4 borrowers, lenders to 3 per borrower. Now it was earlier 4, which has now been narrowed down to 3. Next, which company has recently received the approval from RBI to operate as a trade receivables discounting system platform? This is your CredX. Correct. This new business will operate under the brand name DTX, that is Domestic Trade Exchange. This TREDS platform was launched in 2018 under RBI's regulation, and this platform are required to have a minimum paid up entry capital of 25 crore rupees. Next, RBI has recently introduced a new credit reporting rule mandating that all the lenders update credit bureau records every 15 days effective from 1st of January 2025. Next, which company has recently introduced India's first actively managed open-ended equity scheme based on the quality factor theme through its new fund offer? This is your White Oak Capital Mutual Fund. And here investors can subscribe to this new fund offer starting from 8th of January 2025 with closing on 22nd of January 2025. Next, Exim Bank, that is Export Import Bank of India, has raised $1 billion through 10-year bond financial instrument in the international market. The milestone makes Exim Bank's first Indian organization to issue dollar bonds in 2025, representing significant achievement for the Indian issuers in international capital market. Next, which organization recently approved 21.28 billion rupees loan for GMR Smart Electric Distribution Private Limited to implement smart meters across Uttar Pradesh? So, which is that organization? It is IREDA, Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited. This loan will help the installation of 7.57 smart meters across Uttar Pradesh. Next, which company recently launched 2 new schemes, that is BSE Sensex Next 30 Index Fund and ETF, right? They are a part of the new opportunity. So, a fund and an ETF has been launched by which company? That is BSE Sensex Next 30 Index Fund and ETF. So launched by DSP Asset Managers Private Limited. The NFO new fund offer for these innovative schemes will be opening on 10th of January and they will be up for subscription till 24th of January. Next, which company recently received approval from SEBI for their SM REIT? So recently, Strata Capital Management Private Limited, they received the approval from SEBI for their SM REIT. Next, Grow Mutual Fund Asset Management Limited, they recently launched India's first Grow Nifty India Dash Public Sector Fund. So it has been launched. Indian Railways Public Sector Undertaking Index Fund and an ETF has been launched here. Next, which company has recently, in collaboration with ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company Limited, launched the first of its kind insurance coverage exclusively for travelers attending the Mahakumbh Mela in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh? So, which company recently collaborated with ICICI? It is PhonePe. Next, here IBBI, they have mandated that all asset auctions under the liquidation process must use eBCRE platform, right? That is a banknet platform, that is Bank Asset Auction Network, right? That means on this banknet, this will be used by IBBI, right? They have it has been mandated that all the banks should use them for the liquidation of their non-performing assets or for the liquidation of the properties against which the loan was taken but the loan was not paid by the person. So now we can liquidate their property, we can auction their property to recover that loan back, right? So IBBI, they mandated all the asset auctions under the liquidation process must use eBCRE platform starting when? Starting 1st of April 2025. Next, which bank recently launched Chiranjeevi Super Senior Citizen Fixed Deposit Scheme tailored for individuals that are aged 80 years and above with higher interest rate? It is Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI Bank. Next, which of the following is the primary focus of Punjab National Bank's first ever cyber security hackathon recently launched in January 2025? It is malware threat. Next, Which payment solutions provider in the Middle East partnered with NPCI International Payment Limited to enable QR based UPI merchant payments in UAE? It is Magnati. Right here, UPI acceptance will be initially provided across Dubai duty free, enhancing shopping and payment experience for the Indian tourists. Next, how often will RBI have recently decided to conduct variable repo rate or variable rate repo auction to boost the banking liquidity during the deficit? So it will be conducted daily. Next, dash and special rupee Vostro accounts can be used by non-residents to settle legitimate transactions with other non-resident Indians as per the new rules introduced by RBI in January 25 to promote the use of Indian rupee. So, who it is your special non-resident rupee accounts and special rupee Vostro accounts. Now they can settle legitimate transactions with other non-resident Indians in Indian rupees. Next, alternate scheme recently launched by Bank of Baroda named BOB Liquid Fixed Deposit. Right? It has been launched and it will be combining the benefits of interest rate with the convenience of easy liquidity of a saving account. Next, name the non-participating individual saving plan recently launched by Shriram Life Insurance that guarantees high returns of up to 668% of the total paid up premium. It is Shriram Life Sunishchit Labh. Right? This is the non-participating individual saving plan. Next is which bank recently collaborated with RuPay to launch the unified payment interface enabled first earn RuPay credit card. It is which is that bank? Sorry, it is IDFC First Bank Limited. They have launched this first earned RuPay credit card. Next, recently Shriram Housing Finance Limited, they rebranded themselves as Dash after its acquisition by Warburg Pincus and co-investors. So they have renamed them to what? To True Home Finance.